Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're going to be trying Stouffer's 22-ounce air fryer meals that normally cost $9.96, but today I got them on sale for $7.87. Now I'm just as skeptical about these as you, the people, are, but I'm going to try them anyway, so you, the people, don't have to. Starting off with the garlic Parmesan chicken that has two perfect portions of crispy breaded white meat chicken, sliced carrots, broccoli florets, chopped potatoes, and garlic Parmesan sauce that you can pour, dip, or toss your meal in, which out of 310 ratings received 4.2 stars out of 5. Here's the list of ingredients. There's 2 servings per bag. Each serving has 420 calories, 15 grams of total fat, 4.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,130 milligrams of sodium, 47 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugars, and 23 grams of protein. Now let's get our garlic Parmesan chicken out of the bag and into the air fryer. And then the sauce packet goes into a bowl of hot water, which in all of these meals, once the sauce was thawed, we microwave for about 30 seconds to make sure it was hot, just like the food. Now it goes into a 375 degree air fryer for a total of 12 minutes, shaken after the first 6 minutes. After air frying at 375 degrees for a total of 12 minutes, our garlic Parmesan chicken meal is ready. And that broccoli turned out a little bit worse than I expected it to turn out. Roasted broccoli is fine, but dehydrated broccoli is not so fine. So I wanted to try a piece of the chicken before we added the sauce. And it looked pretty good, nice and crispy. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And the outside was definitely nice and crispy, and the inside was surprisingly different. It tasted like a meatball. And I would normally say that's very weird, but the chicken was nice and moist and tender. So here's the garlic Parmesan sauce, and I'm keeping my thoughts to myself. If you, the people, have any thoughts on what that sauce looks like, go ahead and leave them in the comments. But me, the person, I'm keeping my mouth shut. So we drizzled the sauce all over the chicken and the vegetables. And I've got to say, that is pretty much the least appetizing thing I've seen in a long time. So we went in and shanked a piece of chicken and the vegetables, and then I said a quick prayer, and then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And although I hate to admit it, the bite wasn't that bad. Relatively speaking, that is, because in order for something to be bad, it would have to have some sort of flavor. Although the sauce looks disgusting, it was pretty much a nothing burger. No flavor whatsoever, good or bad. The broccoli was burnt, bitter, dry, and absolutely terrible. The potatoes and carrots were the highlight of the vegetables, while tasting fairly fresh and maintaining their texture with the tender, crisp texture. And again, the chicken was pretty good. Just weird in a good way, but good. Even at a reduced price of $7.87 from the original price of $9.96, I, the person, would not buy or recommend you, the people, to buy Stouffer's air fryer garlic Parmesan chicken meal, mainly because it's overpriced and it's not very good and it's not enough for 2 people, which is why I'm giving Stouffer's air fryer garlic Parmesan chicken meal a 1 out of 10. Now for the Stouffer's Teriyaki air fryer meal, which comes with crispy breaded white meat chicken, sliced carrots, broccoli, sliced red pepper, and sweet teriyaki sauce that you can pour, dip, or toss your food in. which out of 164 ratings received 3.9 stars out of 5. Here's the list of ingredients. There's 2 servings per bag. Each serving has 350 calories, 12 grams of total fat, 2 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,370 milligrams of sodium, 44 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 15 grams of sugars, and 20 grams of protein. Now let's get our teriyaki chicken meal out of the bag and into the air fryer. And again, the cooking instructions say to cook at 375 degrees for 12 minutes. But I'm going to reduce the cooking time to 11 minutes to see if the broccoli turns out any better. So here's our teriyaki chicken meal after air frying at 375 degrees for 11 minutes. And again, the broccoli burnt but didn't quite dehydrate like in the garlic Parmesan chicken meal. Don't forget to hold onto the bottom tray in the air fryer, kids, because it will fall out and it's hot on your feet. Yes, my legs and feet may not work, but I can still feel. So we poured the thick, sweet teriyaki sauce all over the chicken and the vegetables. And at this point, it didn't look that bad. It absolutely looked better than the garlic Parmesan sauce. So we forked a piece of chicken with the teriyaki sauce. And it looked pretty good. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And again, the chicken was good, but they said this was a sweet teriyaki sauce. They should have said it was a very salty teriyaki sauce, because it was the saltiest teriyaki sauce I've ever had. And I didn't really elaborate enough about the chicken in the first meal, because just like the chicken in the first meal, the chicken in this meal is pretty good for the first 2 to 3 bites. After that, you have little tiny pieces of chicken that are more batter than there is chicken. So then we tried the carrots, the broccoli, and the peppers. And again, the sauce was overly salty and unenjoyable. The broccoli was bitter and burnt, but the carrots and peppers were sweet. And I'm just not really sure what Stouffer's was trying to accomplish with these air fryer meals, because they're terrible. You get a couple pieces of good chicken in a 22-ounce bag. The broccoli is in little tiny pieces that automatically burns, and so far the first 2 sauces have been horrid, which is why I'm giving Stouffer's sweet teriyaki chicken air fryer meal a 1 out of 10. Now last but not least, we have Stouffer's orange chicken air fryer meal. That comes with crispy breaded white meat chicken, broccoli florets, and citrusy orange sauce. Out of 163 ratings, the orange chicken received 3.9 stars out of 5. Here's the list of ingredients. Each serving has 390 calories, 14 grams of total fat, 2.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,370 milligrams of sodium, 44 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 14 grams of sugars, and 23 grams of protein. I haven't mentioned the sodium in the previous 2 meals, but has anyone noticed how much sodium these meals have in them? Get our orange chicken out of the bag and into the air fryer, and this time we're going to try to cook it for 10 minutes at 375 degrees. And maybe, just maybe, we can save some broccoli. But from the looks of that broccoli, there's not a whole lot to be saved. And if you're wondering about the chicken not being done since we're reducing the cooking time, the chicken's been at 190 degrees or more in each of these meals, regardless of the cooking time. And here's our broccoli and chicken after air frying at 375 degrees for 10 minutes. And it looks like we were able to save most of the broccoli. Well, the crumbs of broccoli, that is. The broccoli is embarrassing, and Stouffer should be ashamed. And is it me, or does this look like less food than the previous 2 bags? So we poured on the orange sauce, and it smelled like orange cleaner. That's how strong the orange aroma was. It doesn't smell like an orange, but it smells like the artificial orange scent, like an orange extract. So we shanked a piece of chicken with the orange sauce, and I ended up getting 3 pieces of small chicken. And again, the chicken looks okay, and then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And that was it for me. I wasn't trying anymore. It literally tasted like orange cleaner. The orange flavor was extremely overwhelming. I didn't like it whatsoever. It was worse than the previous 2 meals. I wasn't going to subject my taste buds to this awfulness anymore. But Melissa gave it a try, so more power to her, and her reaction was the same as mine. She hawked 2 of that piece of chicken across the backyard. So along with the previous 2 meals, the Stouffer's orange chicken air fryer meal gets a 1 out of 10. From the beginning, these air fryer meals just weren't a great idea. And Stouffer's, we, the people, expect more from you. The quality and the amount of food for the price you're charging for these meals is absurd. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.